It's official. Cannabis seeds are being banned, which means that if you care about growing your own weed or keeping access to medical strains that actually bring your body relief, well, then this is not just some boring law update.
But here's the truly insane part. Seeds have no THC. You cannot get high from smoking seeds. Just ask anyone that was smoking Mexican brick weed back in the 90s. But here's one big bright side. You notice that I said that seeds are getting banned. I didn't say that genetics are being banned. As far as the seed genetics goes, they are barring the front door. No access. But I walked around back,
Accidentally left a window cracked. If you consume medical marijuana, does this affect you? Yes. Are genetics going to get more expensive simultaneously getting less easy to trust? Yes. But am I going to teach you in this video how to not only survive this seed ban, but thrive under it? You're goddamn right.
it's time to jump in.
Guys, my name's Josh GRAMBO. I've been a cannabis grower for 15 years, and for the last half decade, I have devoted my entire working life to researching, learning, and teaching the world about this amazing plant that we all love.
And so with that being said, let's start with the obvious question that you're all thinking right now.
So are cannabis seeds actually being banned, or is this just some sort of news cycle hype?
I mean, the answer is yes.
They're being banned.
This is happening. It's on paper. And this matters a lot because cannabis is legal in a lot of states. And you know where cannabis comes from? Is it from the weed stork? No, dummy. It comes from seeds. And that's what makes it so insane. Seeds are not drugs. It's a tiny little genetic instruction manual tucked inside of a little seed husk.
If nothing changes by November, seeds are going to be federally illegal. And that's what truly makes this story so insane. The government is not banning this because of what it is. It's banning it for what it might become.
Bro, that's pre-crime. You ever seen the movie Minority Report? It's where they have psychics that can predict the future and they start convicting people of crimes they haven't committed yet.
I'm placing you under arrest for the future murder of Sarah Marks.
Give the man his hand.
The future can be seen.
We are arresting individuals who have broken no law.
But they will.
And that's what the government's doing right now. It's not about what a seed is, it's about what it might or might not do in the future.
Minority Report.
So why is it that cannabis seeds were legal this whole time, even though cannabis was a Schedule I drug up there with all the hard narcotics?
Because crazy enough, back in the day, we used to treat seeds like seeds.
So how did all of this even happen? Well, it's actually a pretty interesting story. Let me tell you about the summer when the government accidentally legalized weed. They allowed THCA into the federal farm bill. And I can hear you're saying, what the hell is THCA?
Okay, so check this out. Did you know the federal government is full of morons? Well, you remember back in the day when the guy that was like in charge of regulating things like the internet tried to explain the internet to his colleagues, only revealing that he knew nothing about the internet?
They want to deliver vast amounts of information over the internet. And again, the internet is not something that you just dump something on. It's not a big truck. It's a series of tubes.
Hilarious. So check this out. It goes like this. The government wanted to streamline everything into the farm bill, and they wanted to make sure that they legalized hemp. They wanted to have hemp out there in the world, and they knew that hemp did not have Delta-9 THC. So when they put it into the farm bill, that's what they were looking to regulate. They're just regulating Delta-9 THC. They didn't realize, well, THCA, that's not Delta-9 THC, is it? Well, it is, but it's not. So THCA is the non-smoked form of THC. That's why you can't get high if you just eat weed. You have to cook it and it decarboxylates. So it takes that THCA, the A falls off and it just becomes THC. I remember when it first happened, I was kind of confused. I was like, THCA, isn't that just weed? Yep, just weed. So easy fix, right? We'll just take THC right back out. No big deal. Well, if they're just trying to get rid of this weird THCA thing they accidentally legalized, how did seeds get wrangled up in there? Well, the answer is simple. Our government is trying to regulate something they know nothing about. That's how they end up legalizing weed to begin with, because they didn't understand.
It's a series of tubes.
But you know what they do understand? As cannabis legalization rolls out and it becomes a multi-billion-dollar industry, if you control the genetic starting point, you control the finish line. I might say, hey, government, seeds can't get you high. And then the government might say, but can it like grow some dank ass weed later? I mean, I don't know, maybe.
That counts. You're under arrest. And once you understand this precedent, you understand why this is so fucked up. Because our all-knowing federal government has decided that they have the right not to ban a physical object, but they have the right to ban potential itself.
And I don't have time to get into a whole theory of genetic pre-selection, phenotypic expression, genotype, chemotype. We'll get into that in another video. But suffice to say, the way that genetics works, it's a lottery. Seeds have potential. There's no guarantee. One might be totally bunk. One might be insanely fire. One might be that pain-relieving strain that finally made your grandma's joints stop hurting.
Whoa! So those joints were for her joints?
Yep, those joints were for her joints. Or they were, because she doesn't get them now.
Damn, bro, this is harshing my mellow.
Harshing your mellow? What exactly does that even mean?
I don't know, bro. I'm pretty fucking high.
Nice, bro. And when you ban these seeds that eventually lead to not having the cannabis that we need, and that's just dystopian. Ugh. So yes, YouTube comment section, I hear you. Seeds will not vanish from the earth. We survived a half century of prohibition, and we'll survive it again. But I don't want to survive. I want to thrive. When seeds all of a sudden get pushed back underground, you know, we can still get them, but I can't help but feel this as a massive step backwards in our goal for legalization. And so now, even if they are around, options are diminished. You got higher prices, inevitably. You got lower selection, of course. Oh, and the fake strain names, there's no ethics, whatever's selling. Cool, bro, that runs. It's sour diesel now.
Look at me, sure.
I'm sour diesel.
No.
And sure, we could go back to popping random bag seed, of course. Because who doesn't like getting their medicine in a rolled up sandwich baggie that was licked shut by some stoner named Doug? Look, I'm a healthy guy. I smoke weed for the lulz. But some people actually need this day in, day out as their medicine. And they don't want to deal with Doug. None of us want to deal with Doug.
And when only a handful of giant national players get to decide what the future of weed is, guess what happens? In the next few years, we're all smoking that Monsanto bud.
Yeah, it's antithetical to the whole process. That's not what cannabis is supposed to be. Cannabis is about variety, the spice of life. It's about those old school skunk strains. It's about those modern gassy terps. It's about high CBD. And it's about that one plant that you can't really describe, but man, every time you smoke it,
Toilet sandwiches?
what? No.
What, you didn't watch GRAMBO's sativa video? Bro.
Real talk though, that sativa video was fire. If you're curious to know more about why you can't get good sativas in the dispensaries anymore, go check out that video and subscribe if you're vibing.
Okay, so fair enough. This is where everyone panicking about seeds needs to take a goddamn chill pill.
And honestly, this is the bright part that I'm actually a little bit excited about, because it's going to take something that was kind of a niche topic and bring it into the mainstream. And that is tissue culture. Yep. Tissue culture, aka plantlets, aka synthetic seeds.
Seed sales were the front door to cannabis genetics, but the government accidentally left a window crack. So I know you got these questions. A, what the hell is a plantlet? And B, what the fuck is a synthetic seed?
Yo, dog, I gotta be honest with you, bro. Synthetic seeds? Man, that sounds shady as fuck.
Actually, that's a misnomer.
What?
It means that it's not named correctly.
What?
Synthetic seed. They're actually little plantlets. What's a plantlet? It's a little clean piece of plant tissue. Just like we have muscle tissue, plants have plant tissue. We take little pieces of that, put it into a gelatin-like boba ball, and that has the benefit of not only serving the same function as a seed or a clone, but you can actually clean up the genetics too. With this technology in the plant, they can remove viruses, they can refresh old genetics that have been tired out by poor growers.
So once the seed ban comes in effect and you place your order and you run to the mailbox, holler out, it's synthetic seed time, baby! All joking aside, as the seed door closes, you might be like, well, where am I gonna get access to any of this? Well, I have a feeling that your Uncle GRAMBO is gonna be able to facilitate a lot of that. But let's just suffice to say, when the time comes, I'm gonna have everything you need. So hit that subscribe button so you know when it's time to get the plug.
Because if you've ever grown weed or had friends that grown weed, you know that something can come up in life where a plant dies or you move or you go out of town, something happens and you lose the genetics. Once it's gone, probably gone forever. Now I want to know from you. I want to hear from you in the comments. If you were going to preserve just one strain, what's your desert island weed? What is your one forever strain? Would it be a dank ass indica bush, just squat and perked out and nasty? Or would it be a big, lanky, long flowering sativa? I want to know if you have any tips, and if you got any funny stories, leave a comment below. So I'm going to ask you guys, if you enjoyed this, if you learned something, smoke that like button. Subscribe if you vibe. Cannabis content gets pushed into the shadow realm, and if you don't subscribe, you won't even know that we exist. And you see that share button right there? Man, roll this video up and pass it to a friend, because sharing is caring. Guys, my name's Josh GRAMBO. This is GRAMBO Grows. And are you one of those sativa growers? If you are, oh man, I've got some crazy shit to tell you. It turns out
Punchline grand, shred licks lit while the grow lights spin from dude grows to Jug Dealers rise. He's mixing jokes, chords, cultivation guides.